Hey guys, it's Jeff Quintin here at Prudential Fox & Roach Realtors. Again, thanks so much for hiring me for the job of getting your home on the market and getting it sold. I've sent you a comparative market analysis, and you'll notice that on the comparative market analysis, it will show you all the properties that are either currently on the market competing with us or other properties that have recently sold. It will also indicate there the sold prices and how long they were on the market for. So at the end of this video, simply all we're going to need to do is have you initial next to the price in the listing agreement and also sign the listing agreement and then submit it back to me. I've sent you the listing agreement, as you'll notice, through DocuSign, which is an electronic software system we use so that you don't need to print anything out, don't need to fax anything back. We'll go ahead and have you just initial there and then sign the bottom, and then you can submit it back to me. You get a copy, I get a copy, and we have it in our system right away. So I wrote down, three real important questions for us today. I wrote down, number one, do you absolutely have to sell this property? This is a question to consider because in this market today, if you really aren't motivated, have the desire or need to sell and not willing to do what it takes, the property probably just won't sell in this market. Wrote down number two, will you price the home to sell or do you want to price your home to sit? In other words, are you willing to price it within the marketplace to attract buyers and get offers and have it sold? I wrote down number three, do you want me to handle the sale for you? Which I'm assuming you do, and that's why I've gone ahead and sent this video and emailed the listing agreement to you. So, at the end of this video right now today, one of three things are going to happen. Number one, you'll have the opportunity to list your home with me. Okay, or two, you'll decide not to list your home with me. Or three, I'll decide, listen, I can't take the listing, and normally it's because of the price in this market today. So really what we have to look at today is there really is only two issues that we have to look at. Number one is your motivation to sell this home, okay, and number two, the price that we set on the home. So what I've done, as you notice, is I've prepared what we call some comparative market analysis. Now there's two parts to this research. We write down here, part one is what we call fantasy land. This is where homeowners have their homes listed for way up here. And you've seen so many homes in the market for sale that are just way up in fantasy land. And I wrote down here, number two, part two we call reality. This is what real estate agents are listing and selling the homes for. So today we're just going to have to decide today where we want to be spending our time, either fantasy land or in the reality. So the purpose of the comparative market analysis I sent you is really to determine the value in the eyes of the buyer. See, I'm sure you understand how buyers determine value. See, buyers determine value by doing the comparison shopping. They look at the features and benefits of your home. They compare it to other features and benefits of other similar homes that are currently on the market or have recently sold. So I'm sure that certainly makes sense. So, for example, we want to always look at, value, okay? So I wrote down here, for example, if you're going to purchase a car, a new car, and one dealership had, a BMW for sale, say for $50,000, and another, a dealership down the road had the same car for $50,000, but it had, a DVD player in it and some really fancy rims, obviously, which car at that time would be more valuable? Well, the one with the fancy rims and so forth, obviously. But yet, if another dealership, the first dealership put the car on the market or for sale, without the DVD or fancy rims, and let's say they listed it for $40,000, okay, now which one has better value? See, I'm sure you're going to say the $40,000. So, as you can see, to create value, what we're going to need to do is A, either lower the price, or B, add more features and benefits at the same price. That's when we create value in the eyes of the buyer. So unless you're planning to add more features and benefits to the home, we can't raise the price. All right? So I want you to take a look at those comparative market analysis, see all the comparable sales that have sold. And what our goal is to do right now is determine the value in the eyes of the buyer. See, the home currently right now that offers the most for the least is the one that they're going to buy. So my question would be to you guys is to you and to myself, I ask, what price do I feel we should use to create the value in the eyes of the buyer, help them to get, help them decide to buy your home versus any of the others or the competition on the market. So as you can see, I wrote down three prices for you based upon what I see is the value in the market to position you properly in this market. You'll see that there's three prices. Number one, you'll see a recommendation that you can price the property below the market, obviously sell it within the next 30 days. Number two, you can price the property up high in the market, obviously understanding and try to maximize your return, but understand it may take a long time, anywhere up to 6 to 9 months. Or thirdly, you can price the property in the middle of the range and sell it for market price and sell it within the average time the market dictates. So all we're going to need to do now is simply decide based upon what's sold, create value in the eyes of the buyer, make sure you're number one in position, and choose the price based upon your motivation and the price that's set on the home and the time frame that you'd like to get it sold. So go ahead right now, take a look at that, all the prices here. Let's determine of the 3 prices I recommended. Initial next to the one that you want to list for based upon your motivation and time frame. Go ahead and sign that agreement and then send it back to me right away. Now, you may have a few questions here as well. So I wanted to cover with you guys also the most frequently asked questions that I get regarding how we get a home sold and some of the things that are concerning some of the sellers that decide to hire us. One of the questions that we always get is, how long is your listing agreement? You'll see on the listing agreement, our listing agreement is a standard 9 months. See, our company policy is anywhere between typically 6 and 9 months to get a home sold. The reason why that is because in the marketplace today, the average time to get a home sold today is almost 6 months, and the average time that it closes is within 60 days. So we typically need that time frame to go ahead and market the home and find a buyer and then get it closed. So you'll see in there that typically we do a 9-month agreement. I wrote down a couple other thoughts. One other frequently most asked questions is, okay, we've always been asked, hey, can we list it higher and then always come down later? Well, the challenge that you have here right now is certainly you can list high and leave room for negotiating, but the challenge that we have is that you're just not going to get the buyers to see it. See, my goal is to have it priced properly in the market today. Have buyers come to the property and be in a position where you might get offers on it, but yet say no to the offers and turn them away versus overprice it and not get any offers at all. We have to price it right in this market today, and that's my job, is to defend that price and get you that number, okay? I wrote down here, one of the other questions we have is, hey, is this the highest price we're getting? Maybe another agent had told you they may get you a higher price. And see, what really concerns me about that is what you really don't understand is most agents today, a lot of agents today, will overprice a listing, assuming that they can list it now and then basically start beating you up week after week after week just to get you to reduce. And I'm sure, I don't need to tell you, you don't want to be beat up week after week on that price. See, I know how to get a job, to get the home sold in this market, okay? I know how to price it right to create a lot of demand, give you the exposure, and get you offers. So we need to be, very much priced right, and I have the truth to tell you up front regarding this, okay? So also the last, question people always say is, will you cut your commission, or what's your commission? Our commission rate is 6%. That is our company policy. And which makes me very much nervous is that, many agents don't have the courage really, to stand up to you guys regarding their own self-worth. And what, really makes me nervous is that in doing so, they aren't defending the price that they set on the home. So right now, our commission is 6%. We're going to do a 6% job. We're going to get your home sold. And when you decide to hire me, see, right now, all the homes that I'm selling right now are averaging between 96 and 97% of list price, where the average realtor in town is at 92 to 93% of list price. So when you hire me, not only am I selling your home faster, but we're going to net you more money than any other agent. We're going to net you up to 3 to 4% more on average. Now, take your sales price and just add 3 or 4%, and that's how much more I'm going to net you in your pocket after the sale because of the negotiation skills that I have to get you the top dollar, okay? So those are some of the most frequently asked questions. Hopefully I've been able to answer those for you. All we need to do now simply is sign the contract so I can help you get what you want in the time you want. I'm sure that'll be great. So go ahead and initial that and look at the DocuSign, go ahead and sign it, and then submit it back to me, and we will get the ball rolling and get it in the market right away. Thanks so much for this opportunity. I appreciate it. Give me a call if you have any questions, again, or send me an email. Thanks much. Make it a great day.